According to a report from Social Enterprises to set social benefits targets in Hanoi on October 25 and 26, 2012, there are about 165,000 organizations working in social aims, non-profit or charity. On average, a social enterprise in Vietnam should charter capital of $60,000, but creates 51 jobs, in which 18 have special situations, making a profit of $20,000 per year and improves the life of more than 2,200 people. In order to give better support for social enterprises, CSIP was founded in 2008 to give them the consulting, orientation, network, and funding they need in order to grow. CSIP also helps raising public awareness and advocate the government to promote social enterprises. From 2009 to 2011, they have supported 29 projects and have brought initial impact to change the life of more than 200,000 disadvantaged people in communities.
Hello and welcome to Sharing Vietnam, only on NetViet VTC 10. I'm Jasmine, hosting the show for tonight. So the concept of social enterprises has been circling around many countries in the world for a while and has come to Vietnam. And however, the social enterprises in Vietnam are still in early forming stages and still need a lot of support. So in our talk show today, we will discuss the social enterprises in Vietnam, what their impact upon the society, and how to support them. So please welcome our guest for today, Mr. Lê Herringman from Bloom Microventures and Mrs. Phạm Kiều Oanh from CSIP. Hello and welcome to our show tonight.
Hi, thanks very much.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
So we start with the very first question for Mrs. Oanh. How was CSIP formed?
Well, you know that Vietnam is facing quite complex social issues. So, I was kind of a veteran in the development sector for many years. I see that while we have a huge talents and we have a lot of opportunity for the people from community from different backgrounds to contribute directly to the society. But it seems that the NGO style only it doesn't fit to all of initiative. So there is another approach to address the social issue, but using more entrepreneurial approach, a skill. It's called social entrepreneurship and social enterprise.
So what differentiates social enterprises from an NGO?
It's a little bit different on the way how we do it. So for the NGOs, they apply so many different approach, but for the social enterprise, we are more focused on the entrepreneurial approach, which means that we have to in order to address the social problem, you also have to identify the market opportunities, and so you need to be more innovative and market-based, and to give the solution for the social problem.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So is that true that the orientation here is the social enterprises have to be financially self-sustainable?
For profit and not profit, it doesn't matter. The matter is for impact. It's not like something like you have to say from very beginning, especially for the social enterprise who are still at very early stage.
In terms of this financial sustainability thing, that's obviously the objective, that's the goal. But in reality, it's very difficult. I mean, very few businesses actually who are just for profit end up surviving and being a successful business. So when you add in that social component as well, it's more than just profit. We're also trying to have social impact. It makes it very, very challenging, and so we really need very innovative models and a lot of hard work and support to make them happen.
So
In Vietnam, social enterprise is still new model but has shown good results at the beginning. Some examples include Hương Hóa Factory's project to create fertilizer in Quảng Trị province in 2011 has promoted sustainable development by using agricultural waste to create fertilizer for farmers. at the same time buying their products, improving farmers' income to $300,000 per month, and is friendly to the environment. Bloom Microventures, a non-profit social business founded by Len Horryman, works at the intersection of microfinance and responsible tourism. For the responsible tourism side, it offers tourist day trips to marginalized communities in Hoa Binh province, spreading awareness about poverty issues in society. The money generated in tourism, in turn, is spent in the most useful way to help the marginalized communities directly by giving them microfinance loans. Bloom Microventure was founded in 2011 and is still in its formation state, but the result is very positive, with 100% repayment rate from families and educational unique experiences for the tourists.
The people here have been so friendly. Conversations with the locals here, as well as the leaders in the town, really have just shown how friendly the rural areas of Vietnam can be.
Các anh chị cũng muốn là đầu tư một số vốn để cho gia đình em chăn nuôi trồng trọt. Em rất là cảm ơn sự giúp đỡ này, bởi vì với gia đình em thì với số tiền đấy bọn em hiện tại chẳng làm ra được.
Besides the educational and development values, what makes you so confident in the tourism sector in Vietnam?
Well, I think with tourism.
Or why you pick the tourism sector in the specific country of Vietnam, but not anywhere else?
Well, I mean, the tourism sector has been growing a lot here, and I think there's tremendous potential. I mean, Vietnam is a beautiful country. The people are amazing as well, and there's certainly a lot more interest in traveling to Vietnam as part of the Southeast Asia region. In terms of really, did we specifically do a lot of desk research and choose Vietnam? No, it was really through this connection that we had through one of my colleagues, and I think this is a very big part of social entrepreneurship. It's trying things, seeing if they work. In many cases, they may not work, but we learn from these experiences. We share these experiences, and we try to improve and to move things forward and develop the models in stronger ways and so on and so forth. So, because I mean,
and how is your model being developed in Vietnam right now?
So at the moment we've got a bit of a difficult period with tourism. At the moment, for some reason, the tourism numbers seem to have dropped a little in the latter part of this year. So there are always those traditional struggles, and also we run a one-day tour. We're not a tourism company. Essentially, we just run one trip to one community right now. So we're absolutely tiny. So that's where it's very important for us to develop some of these relationships and partnerships with some of these larger tourism companies. And so that's really where the focus is now.
What are the difficulties that social enterprises face when doing their job in Vietnam?
This incubation aspect is very important, providing the tools to ensure that the social enterprises can perform as a business and reach some of these financial sustainability goals is very important. But then at the same time as well, it's very important to have a very strong network of emotional support, because entrepreneurship is a very rocky, many ups and downs,
yes.
as you experience, and we've had our share. And so CSIP has
sure
been able to help us.
Yes. I'm sure that each social enterprise with its own ideas have their own problems or their own difficulties depending on the situation. So I just have a question, because most of the social enterprises that I have been doing research on, the profit part and the charity part are separate. Do you know what I mean? Because they employ people of unprivileged people, and they make profit on the other side. So from what you have encountered, are the two parts separated or combined?
Well, actually, the social program and the business activity, this can be is two elements, two core elements of the social enterprise. So for social enterprise, to achieve the social objective and the economic financial objective is our dual objective.
So you can improve the profit part, and you can advise them to improve the charity part and combine them together.
Yeah. So for example, like Koto International, you see that on one hand they provide free vocational training for the street children. Yeah. So they want to do the best to have more and more children if possible. And on the other hand, they do the business is the Koto restaurant. Yeah, so for the business, they also try to gain as much profit as possible.
Every 6 months, Koto recruits up to 30 street or disadvantaged youth aged 16 to 22 coming from difficult life circumstances, such as poverty, abandonment, orphans, abuse, or a range of other type of backgrounds. The young adolescents, after being recruited, go through a free 2-year training program in which they learn English, vocational training in hospitality, life skills, and participate in many social activities. They can also work or practice at Koto restaurants, Koto business sites that earn profits to subsidize the cost of Koto training programs.
But they use the charity part to support the business part?
No, not really. It's a vice versa. They use the profit from restaurant to cross-subsidize for the charity.
What I mean
it's not vice versa.
What I mean is they use the image of charity to get profit.
It's not like this.
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, this is in actually selling it. Yes, we can tell the story behind some of these amazing products, but no matter how powerful that story is, usually people will still buy on price, and so we can't really compete purely on telling a great story and selling it purely on that. At the end of the day, we also have to be able to compete on price. Yeah. So really, the way that we sell it, we sell it about this authentic experience, but also that your trip will make a difference. It will leave that community better off than it was when you first arrived.
Yeah, and that's what I like about Bloom Microventure, because the two parts are combined so smoothly. And one of our last question for both of you is how to support social enterprises. What's your suggestions to support the social enterprises in Vietnam in this economic condition?
Well, I think
it's a broad question,
I think one huge thing that could really work very well that I haven't really seen happening yet is this idea of angel mentoring. So in many other countries of the world, very successful business people often take on younger aspiring entrepreneurs kind of under their wing and help them to avoid some of the mistakes that they've already had to go through and experience for themselves. And I mean, I have some friends here who are extremely successful entrepreneurs doing amazing things, and just providing a very short amount of time, a couple hours a month could do massive things to help support the social enterprise sector and the social enterprises that are currently struggling to make their way here. And
I believe that mentoring is what CSIP trying to do right now.
Yeah. For me, I think that what we should do from bottom up, and also from the top down as well. It's especially the case for Vietnam. So when I mean the top down, I mean that it could be great if the government have a official recognition of the contribution and the role of social enterprise in the country. So for the country like Vietnam, it's very, very important. It's a big and huge encouragement for the people at a grassroots level. If they know that they work even small, even they are still very small now, it's recognized and can be appraised by the government. Something like some policy or program using the government tremendous, huge power to support, to provide more market for social enterprise. Like if they produce the handicraft, the thousand of the conventional commercial business doing handicraft as well, and for social enterprise who also doing handicraft, so they have they face a lot of challenge when they compete in the same market. But if the government have some specific like they create more favorable market condition for their social enterprise. In many countries like the UK, for example, government is one of the biggest customer for the social enterprise is a 50% of the, more than 50% of the income from social enterprise is paid by the government as a third party. Okay, so it is number one, what I mean by the top down, but also how to mobilize the grassroots movement to have a more young social entrepreneur to take risks and to make it more serious as as a profession.
Not just that, but to solve some of these issues that are still occurring, and to ensure that as the aid money starts to reduce, that there are organizations, institutions, people working on these problems are going to be able to fill some holes that may be left over.
That's very educational and very inspiring stories that you tell us. So thank you very much for joining us in the show today.
Thank you for inviting us for the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
And that concludes our show for today. Thank you very much for watching Sharing Vietnam. I'm Jasmine. See you next time.
Cảm ơn biên tập viên Thanh Hằng, ông Len Harriman và bà Phạm Kiều Anh với cuộc chia sẻ vừa rồi. Tiếp theo chương trình, chúng ta sẽ cùng đến với tiểu mục Việt Nam hội nhập và phát triển bền vững của ngày hôm nay cùng với biên tập viên Khánh Long.
Cảm ơn biên tập viên Mai Phương. Thưa quý vị và các bạn, với một đất nước có dân số trẻ, thích ứng nhanh với công nghệ, Việt Nam được đánh giá là điểm sáng trong ngành công nghiệp phần mềm. Những năm gần đây, tốc độ tăng trưởng của ngành này luôn đạt mức 25 đến 30%. Song song với việc tận dụng lợi thế đẩy mạnh phát triển, ngành phần mềm Việt Nam đang có những bước chuyển biến tích cực nhằm gia tăng giá trị cho sản phẩm, hướng tới sự phát triển bền vững.